Here's yet another idea that I've never tried in real life. I just drew this to see if I could make it work, and I figured out if I'm going to do this, I would start with this coil, come out here, come around here, go like this, and do that coil. But to hammer it, all this stuff would have to be spread out so nothing crosses anything. So to hammer it, I figured it would have to start like this. So let's begin. Got our 14 gauge aluminum again. Aluminum is great because it's really smooth and flexible and soft like clay. You can mold it, but then when you hammer it, it gets strong. So we love it. We love you. Aluminum, you're our favorite.
Oh, why, thank you. That is so kind of you to say that to me. It makes me feel so important.
Well, you are important, 14 gauge aluminum. So let's just get started. I think we're going to need a lot of this for this project. So let's take an entire meter, which is like 3 feet. If you don't have a ruler, just take your foot and measure it 3 times. If you have a baby foot, then you'll just ruin the whole thing. That's okay. Don't cry. People with baby feet should not be sad or prejudiced against. Yeah. So cut that. Let's see our drawing. What is it? Take our pliers, hold it tight. We'll start making our swirl. To make the swirl is very fun and easy. Just hold it right here. And actually you could hold it this. You'll have more room than me because I'm banging the camera and everything. But basically just to make a nice round swirl, start big like this. And then you could even use your fingers like I'm doing if you want to be a show off. And just slowly pull it tighter and tighter around the way you want it to be. See, and that is a good size for that. Okay, now, next we have it. So it's like this, and then I have to make myself more table room because I'm banging everything over here. So like this, and then it comes around like this. And then we have this little part. Okay. Now we're building this. I'm gonna make it a little smaller than this. I wanted to be more like this size. If you can see compared to my fingers what that means. It's basically if you put 2 quarters, that's about how big it would be, right? But in any case, so maybe we should base it off of this more. Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere in between because we already made that swirl freaking huge. But that's okay. Alright, so it's gonna be a leaf shape. I'm gonna come down like that. And then we're gonna pinch it. And oops, get it nice and tight, and then come back into a nice rounded leaf shape again, like that. All right, and that's it. Now we have to hammer the whole thing because the rest is going to be done afterwards. If possible, we're going to see if this works. Make this a little tighter here. Kind of cute, right? All right, let's get to the hammering. Get yourself a nice block of metal made for hammering, or get a little anvil that you stole from little tiny people, or just get an old door hinge and nail it to a block of wood. Get yourself an old hammer, beat it up really bad, or get yourself a nice jewelry hammer if you want to be prissy. But this is an old beat up one, got from the drawer. It's probably like $4 back in the day. And you know, just put something soft underneath, like a bag of rice, or I don't know, like an old dried out dead jellyfish. Some designer Beanie Babies you stole from your older sister back in the 90s. I don't know, something. Just put something soft underneath it and then just beat it and pound it until it's like evenly flattened as much as you like. There's no right or wrong. Just experiment. The more you bang the wire, the more you make more pieces, the more you'll figure out how you like it. And if you don't want all those hammer marks, which I think look amazing, you can put a piece of plastic over it, or you can get a special hammer. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm going to start banging this because I just love doing that. I'm going to hammer the whole thing. Okay, nice and hammered. Juicy. Let's look back at our design. Not that one. That one. We want to next. All right, so we're going to come around here. That's what it says to do next. I'm going to make this a little bit like fold it over the top. Wrap around shawl. Just fold it over. No, that's not what it says. It says
Yeah, I think I have to do that first, even though it's not in there. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it around there once, like a scarf. A really pretty scarf. Okay, see how I'm going diagonal down and then straight across, diagonal down, straight across the back, and see how it's like ovals. It's not super tight, which is kind of cool. I think if I made it too tight, it might be threatened to break. But so now we come down to the bottom here, and then supposedly this is really cool. I've never done this 3D thing like this. Supposedly we're gonna have a bottom swirl now. Right here, see if that'll work. So let's see, how much do we need for the swirl? Probably about right here. Okay. And I've never tried to swirl when it was already flattened. Maybe I should have left that part unflattened, but I didn't know where it was going to start. So see if we can swirl this. Let's try it. Yeah, it's working. I want to be careful. Can I make it as tight as the one that I pre-swirled before hammering? Probably. Actually, I think I could do like a 3D type swirl, like a spirally. Oh, actually, a spiral is what I'm going for, but maybe it doesn't have to be totally flat. Oh, let's do what we did before. Let's start it big. Kind of see it's bending in sharp corners. It's not as fluid because of the hammering. The hammering makes weak spots, but that's okay. We can combat that by carefully working with it. It is a lot harder to do it with just your fingers. That's definitely, but I think we're gonna make this work. Oh, you know what? It's working now. It's totally working. Just want to get rid of that sharp corner somehow. I think it just got to live with it. There's gonna be some sharp corners in here, right? That's okay. All right, so we're gonna fold it up. I'm gonna pull it away from the piece so I can get a better grip on it. I'm gonna fold it up, fold it up, fold it up. We're about there. All right, we're about there. Fold up a little tighter, and now we'll pull it back and shove it right up inside. And freaking cool, right? Right? Kind of like, it's kind of a cooler hammered look. Like that spiral's like meh, but this spiral's like whoa. Let's push it a little bit more up into the center, but it can kind of float there because it's protected by this cage. Like there's really, I mean, this technically all this is snaggable, but it's fairly solid. That's sliding around a little bit. So this is like a cool 3D piece. It's like a 3D sculpture. I'm enjoying this hammered aluminum. You can really sculpt it. It's like super fun. Look at that. I actually liked it before I flattened it more. I was just trying to make it lay flat on the table. Like I always like to make the pendants lay flat on someone's chest, but maybe if it rolled around a little bit, that would be okay. It's really cool. So yeah, this is wobbly. I mean, it's fine the way it is. Do I want to take some extra wire and just kind of secure it right there and right there? And then, you know, these two. I think that would be good. And, you know, 26 gauge silver like I used last time, it's so thin. And let's just take a whole bunch of it and see if we can secure some places without even anyone seeing it's there. So we'll take like a 1.5 feet. And we'll start right here. We'll just bring that to the middle of the wire. Okay, that's good. So just gonna pull this tight and just thread that through like this. Just make a loop and pull it. When it's this thin, that's the easiest way to do it. See that? And come around, make another loop, push it through, and then pull it tight. And then we're gonna come around this side and do the same thing. So pull it through a few times, I don't want this wire to show too much, so if this is the front, I'm going to see if I can sneak it across the back. Like, maybe if I just put it through this, if I can grab it, pull it through there. Right, you can be careful not to kink it. That's a kink starting to form almost. And there we go. Just go across the back, and we'll secure that swirl right there. So that'll be another little security thing. Hopefully it'll still look cool in the front. It won't. You won't see the wire too much. So pull this. And see, I'm trying to hide the wire behind the aluminum in the back. Okay, that's secure there. Now we got to get this guy up here. Get this one secure. Okay, that's super secure. You really can't even see these little parts. Actually, if you look close, they kind of blend into the hammered marks, so it makes it look more industrial. It actually looks cooler. I can't believe it. It looks cooler than before I added the wire. So we're doing awesome so far. These I secured here, here, and here, and that's really strong. This is pretty much strong as it is. So I'm not gonna try. You know what? Let's try to we'll go diagonal up here through over this one. Now that I see that this wire just looks more like the hammered marks, and it doesn't even show up as a messy imperfection, I'm gonna wrap it around there and just come up and secure this next part, even though that one's already pretty strong. Because to show you guys, because yours, who knows, when you do it, it might not be really strong. So just a few wraps around there, and maybe going around it twice, and you got it secure. This is a super. I'm discovering this new stuff. I'm sure other people have done this, but I haven't seen it done, and it's just super fun. This is so industrial. Oh my gosh, I want to make a whole bunch of these now. It's like a new style, and you guys are witnessing this, so you guys can go out and make some and make a whole bunch. I'll move on to some other media probably and get bored, and you guys can just make a whole bunch of these and start a new style. Open a store where you just sell these. Make a name for yourself. I don't care. It's yours to take. If you're taking the time to watch this video, that's what this is here for. You know, become famous. I am not going to be the least bit concerned about it. That is fun. Okay, now I feel like that's good. I don't want to do any more. This one I could come up this side, but do I want to scarf it here? Yeah, let's see how it looks if we scarf it. Scarfing it means we start wrapping around the top loop, just multiple times. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. If we make it nice and tight, and it's wrap the loops. It's a good thing I took a ton of this wire this time. I'm always taking too little wire, and then I run out, and I can't do everything I want to do. Or I come really close, I cut it really close. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Can you see it? And that makes it much easier to tuck instead of having to make a little curly cue and then glue it somewhere. This makes a little bowl right in there, and then you can just cut this when you're ready and you've come up high enough, and you just shove the sharp end right into the bowl. With thinner wire, you gotta be more careful. It kind of bounces all over, but if you really shove it in there, then it'll disappear. It'll never come out. It'll never scratch anyone. You're good. So I'm gonna wrap this kind of diagonal up this side. I'm just gonna come up, secure that one diagonal, secure that one diagonal, and then tuck it in the scarf part again. This is so fun. There you go. And when wire is this thin, even though you don't want to make it junky, you can really just slide it right into the crevices of the last time you scarfed it, and it really just disappears, because you want to wrap it around a few times, and then there's still some room. I can wrap it around a few more times before it looks like I'm going up too high. And then right when I'm ready, just cut it halfway across the loop and tuck that baby in. Make sure it gets in deep. And again, you can always add a tiny bit of E6000 right in there, because I always worry, like, what if that sharp end like gets knocked out somehow? Somebody rubs it the wrong way. I just don't want it coming out surprise, scratching some customer 6 months later, and they're like, "Why did you create this jewelry to harm me later? You planned it. I knew it." Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some cool stainless steel chain would be fun here. I have this stainless steel chain, but it's like thin. It's like way, I don't know, I feel like it's way too thin for this big bulky piece. Maybe if I put like triple layers of it, that would be cool. Yeah, let's do that. What do you guys think? Yeah, let's do it.